What's going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, and today is Budget Friendly Friday, where we're going to be taking a look at a budget-friendly deck, a deck that I think is actually really cool, a combo that I noticed at first right whenever Sun and Moon base set came out, and something I've wanted to try out. I don't think it's the most necessarily competitive, but the combo is definitely very cool, and it's there. So I wanted to try it out, so I figured why not make it a budget-friendly Friday. This is a fun deck. We're going to try it out, see what we can make happen. This is Ho-Oh Vikavolt. Ho-Oh, this card has been a very cool card ever since it came out in Breakpoint last year, and one that I've always thought had so much potential. Its damage output is nice, being able to hit the bench is really nice, its ability is really good, but its energy requirement is so strange that it makes it very difficult for it to work. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and hop into this video and see what this Ho-Oh Vikavolt deck is all about. So Ho-Oh-EX, the basic 180 HP colorless Pokemon. This guy is beefy. He's big, he's a basic, he can swing pretty hard with the ability Purifying Fire. Once during your turn before you attack, if this Pokemon has any basic fire energy attached to it, you may heal 50 damage from it. So really giving us some longevity. 180 HP is a lot. With Fighting Fury Belt, that's 220. And then if we have a fire energy on us, it's hard for stuff to knock us out from time to time. So also the attack here, Elemental Feather for a Grass, Water, Lightning. That's right, a Grass, Water, Lightning, 130 damage. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So a cool potential combo here. If we have a Fighting Fury Belt on our Ho-Oh, we hit a 170 HP EX in the active spot for 40, and then put 30 damage on another 170 HP EX Pokemon. The next turn we can go and Lysandre, the one we put 30 on, and bring it up to the active. We hit that for 140, that's 170 to knock it out, and we put 30 on the back, that's 170 to take 4 prizes in one turn. Potential combo that we could see today. Not sure that it's going to happen, but the possibility is definitely there. But other than that, let's go and look at the weakness here. Water type weakness and then fighting type resistance. Pretty standard stuff. Actually, water typing weakness is kind of strange for a colorless Pokemon. Normally we see colorless Pokemon being weak to lightning, but since Ho-Oh is technically a fire type in the games, I guess that's the reasoning behind giving it water weakness. To retreat, pretty standard stuff there. So we're running 3 copies of this Pokemon. Without further ado, let's look at the rest of this Vikavolt Ho-Oh deck. And I just realized I forgot to turn on the in-game sounds. Come on. Most professional video ever, as my friend Yellow Swallow would say. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and see the rest of the stuff here. We are running a 3-2-3 line of Vikavolt, and this is one of the things that I think makes this deck very interesting. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may search your deck for a Grass Energy card and a Lightning Energy card and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like. Then shuffle your deck. Very cool ability, especially since we can do it every single turn. It's not just when we evolve it or something like that. Every single turn we get to use this ability. And it also has a decent attack that we could potentially see ourselves using. For a Lightning and 3 colorless Electro Cannon, 150 damage, discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. So discarding the energy a little unfortunate. We do have some energy recovery options, and we have that acceleration with the strong charge ability. So very cool, and the idea here is that we just attach a water energy to a Ho-Oh, strong charge, a grass, and a lightning energy onto it, and there we go. We are set up and start swinging with Elemental Feather as early as turn 2. Definitely really strong and really nice. So 3-2-3 line of that, like I said. We're also running a 2-2 Octillery line with the Abyssal Hand ability. Once during your turn before you attack, you may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. We're not running Ultra Balls or Shaymin EX in this deck. Of course, it is a budget-friendly version of the deck, so with the level balls that we're playing, we'll be able to search out our Octillery line and hopefully set that up just to give ourselves some consistent form of draw into the late game. We're also running 1 copy of the Smeargle from Breakthrough with the Second Coat ability. Once during your turn before you attack, you may switch a basic energy card attached to your active Pokemon with a different type of basic energy card from your discard pile. So I like this a lot because we have so many different energy requirements, and also the ability we can potentially switch back and forth between a fire and a not fire energy on our Ho-Oh. So like for example, we attach a fire, we strong charge onto it, we heal the damage, and then we use the Second Coat ability to switch the fire with a water energy. And there we go, we're swinging with Elemental Feather after healing 50 damage. So there's the Pokemon. Let's go ahead and expand it out and take a look at the rest of the stuff we're going to be working with. 4 copies of Level Ball, This is to help us get set up our Grubbin Charjabugs, our Remoraids, and our Octilleries, all that stuff. 2 nest balls in order to search out basic Pokemon, just to get our board set up, searches out our Ho-Ohs, things like that. I like the nest ball. 4 copies of Rare Candy. This is in order to get from the basic Charjabug, or excuse me, Grubbin, all the way up to Vikavolt as early as turn 2, skipping that Charjabug evolution entirely. 2 copies of Super Rod. We do have the evolutions that we may want to put back. We have to discard them early. Also, putting back energy can be really nice if we end up attacking with Electro Cannon. 3 copies of Lysandre. We're not playing via Seeker. This is a budget-friendly build, so I think 3 copies of Lysandre is good here. Just being able to bring up something on our opponent's bench, having options to that multiple times, I like it a lot. 4 copies of N just to shuffle and draw and also provide some disruption. 2 copies of Professor Kukui in order to draw 2 cards and do 20 more damage. The numbers aren't always the best with Ho-Oh. We can't hit numbers for the 180 HP Pokemon, so in order to have a better time potentially pulling off that Lysandre combo we talked about, I like the inclusion of Professor Kukui here, also giving us a little bit of draw. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, just the most consistent draw supporter. 1 copy of Skyla to search out rare candies, level balls, nest balls, fighting fury belts, whatever we need in that specific instance. 2 copies of fighting fury belt to slap onto our Ho-Oh, making him a lot beefier. 2 float stones. This is mostly going to be for our Vikavolts. They do have a whopping 3 retreat costs. And then our energy count may look kind of weird, but since we have all these different requirements, it definitely makes sense in my opinion. 4 grass energy, 4 lightning energy, 4 water energy, all these of course being able to use on our Ho-Oh-EX, and then 2 fire energies to use that ability on Ho-Oh in order to using that ability on Ho-Oh in order to heal a little bit of damage. Also worth noting, we could potentially, we might see it, we could potentially attack with Hug on Octillery to stall our opponent out. 40 damage, the defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn, so if their only way of retreating something is maybe like a Float Stone, we can lock something up active and buy ourselves some time to keep setting up. Probably won't see it, but there is the chance, the possibility is there. So guys, there's the deck list. Without further ado, let's hop onto the versus ladder and see if we can't win a game potentially with the Ho-Oh Vikavolt budget-friendly version. If you guys enjoy these videos, as always, please be sure to leave a like down below. It really does help me out, and I appreciate it a lot. We're going up against a water-colorless deck, so, ooh, Kyogre, maybe? Very interesting. I would assume that this is mostly going to be the Lapras Water Box deck, which is a little unfortunate since our Ho-Oh is indeed weak to water. We'll go ahead and just start the 1 Remoraid. We might bench this. I think that, no, we're going first, so it doesn't matter. The way you can tell, because I always forget, the way you can tell who's going first is whose face is lighting up while you're setting up. So we're not going to bench this, of course. And we'll see what we draw into here. Once they decide what they're starting, taking their sweet time, you know, making their decisions. They gotta analyze their hands, see what they want to do, all that stuff. So yeah, like I said, guys, please be sure to leave a like if you enjoy these videos. Also be sure to check out my Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch pages. All those links are always in the description of all of my videos. You can just find me at TrainerChip at all of those things. Try to post pretty regularly on all of those places. Also streaming every Tuesday and Wednesday evenings from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Time. Definitely come by, say what's up, and check it out. So, Swampert? Okay, so it's a Swampert deck. Very interesting. We're going to go ahead and get our Ho-Oh-EX out onto the field, attach a water energy to it, and we're just going to go ahead. I think I might want to bench this just so we don't draw it again, and we're just going to end. So a Swampert EX deck. What is this hand? Okay, we're just going to, at least we get a level ball so we can search out a Charjabug, or a Grubbin, excuse me. We did prize one of our Vikavolts. Sorry, I should have looked at all this stuff earlier. We at least have a N for the next turn, but 3 rare candies? Come on! So if we top deck a Vikavolt, that would actually be pretty nice. And we'll go ahead and click done. And on to my opponent's turn. Let's see what they do, see what they get happening for them. Fighting Fury Belt onto the Swampert. This man could just be out here mud flooding for days. So this is a very strange deck. Mud Flood here, 40 damage. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. This deck does 40 more damage for each water energy you find there. Shuffle the revealed cards back into your deck. So if you can thin your deck a lot, get out just a bunch of water energies. Definitely is something that could be useful. Not gonna lie. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, and then we will end. We did not get into our Vikavolt yet. but that is okay. We're just going to click done. So I'm sure they have a water energy because they're playing a lot of them. So I'm expecting Remoraid to go down here. Sure enough, we see another Swampert and a Fighting Fury Belt. Oh man, and he gets the Nest Ball to get out another Swampert. So this man is out here just running 4 Swampert EX on the ladder. Oh, and Talonflame. Okay, I guess that makes a little bit of sense. So he hit for 120, 130 after the Fighting Fury Belt. Wow, that's a lot of damage. So we can, we're just going to promote the Grubbin so we can try to get a little bit more set up still. We can maybe get into a Float Stone. We do get into a Float Stone, so we'll go ahead and do this. We can at least retreat into this Grubbin if we want to. We'll bench the Smeargle. We will attach a... The Fire Energy is really not going to do us any good. Do we want to, like, Lysandre and try to stall while we set up a little bit more? I think we do. No, because we're not going to have any sort of setup still. I think we just need to Sycamore, actually. We'll get these energies down in the discard so we can potentially use them later. We still don't find a Vikavolt. We can maybe get into one. We'll go ahead and Nest Ball down another Ho-Oh. We can attack this turn, but our Ho-Oh likely is just going to go down. He only needs to find 1 water energy for that to happen. So we'll go ahead and grab a Charjabug. We will evolve the active, and let's see if off this one... We'll go ahead and thin this out. We probably won't need this card. Do I want to get greedy? Do I want to Abyssal Hand and try to find a Vikavolt off of 2 cards? Or do I want to just set up another Charjabug? We could get greedy here, guys. I think that we are going to play it a little conservative. This is a hard match for us, surprisingly. Mudflood Swampert, who would have thought? Let's see if we find it. We can't say that we wouldn't have found it. Yeah, see, we didn't even find it. Okay, well, I guess we're swinging. We're gonna see what happens. We are gonna see what happens. Elemental Feather. We'll go ahead and put the damage back here. Oh my goodness. Not looking hot for us, guys. Not gonna lie. Max Elixir, oh man. Definitely not gonna miss this. I'm sure he's playing like 20-something energies. I would be surprised if he wasn't. He's got another one totally set up, and he does find the 2 energies. He only needed 1, but this is hitting us for weakness, unfortunately. It wasn't letting me click done there for some reason. We find the one man out here playing Swampert Mudflood on the ladder. What are we supposed to do? We do top deck an N, so that might be able to get something going for us, but he already has another Swampert totally set up. So we'll go ahead and play the N. And we still don't find a Vikavolt. So we are just going to Fighting Fury Belt our dude right here. We're going to Super Rod. We should have probably done this before the end, but we'll do this and put back those energies there, since we can search them out with Strongbolt. Honestly, I think our main attacker in this matchup should probably be Vikavolt, but we haven't been able to consistently get him out. Who do we sacrifice? I think the Charjabug? Octillery? Charjabug? I think we sacrificed the Octillery. And we'll click done. He's giving us the hello. Yeah, this is not looking hot. This is going to be some sort of comeback if we could pull it off. I'm thinking most likely not. He's already... Yeah, he's got 3 Swamperts set up. What are we supposed to do? For some reason, it's not wanting to let me click that done button today. Oh man. Alright. I don't even know if I want to bench this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go in with the Ho-Oh, and we'll just Sycamore. And we still didn't even find it. My goodness. We're not giving up. We never give up, but we are probably gonna lose. We are definitely gonna lose, I should say. He has to get very, very unlucky with his Mud Floods. He's just gonna pass, actually, leaving this active. I kind of like the play. We can start Vice Gripping next turn. Hitting for weakness. We 2-hit KO him. I'm sure he's going to attack us. Nope, yeah, there we go. Finds 3 energies. We had to threaten the Grubbin KO. So, we need to get into our Vikavolt here. Still haven't found one. Haven't even been able to use a rare candy. We'll go ahead and attach this Grass Energy. We can, of course, use Smeargle's ability. What do we even Super Rod back? 2 Lightnings and a Grass, I guess. No, we need to keep a Lightning down. So we'll put back Grass, Water, Lightning. We need to keep 1 Lightning in the discard to use the Vikavolt, the Smeargle ability, excuse me. The only way we could possibly... We still haven't found a Vikavolt! Get out of here! 2 in there. So our only hope and our only prayer is that he whiffs water energies here. So we're going to put this in here, grab a Lightning. We have to hope he whiffs. Oh my goodness. We get into a Vikavolt there at least. Maybe too little too late though. Maybe too little too late. I'm sure he's got, yeah, water energy. Does he whiff? He's gonna N us. So this man could have just promoted this and then guaranteed the knockout with a Hydro Tackle. It'll be very funny if he actually whiffs now. Nope. So he definitely should have just promoted this and then guaranteed the knockout with the Hydro Tackle, but yeah, there we go. What can I say? Yeah, Ho-Oh Vikavolt does not have a good Mudflood Swampert matchup, so we're going up against Scran Bean here, playing a Fairy Psychic colorless deck, so Mega Gardevoir, more than likely. It'll be interesting to see if it's the Despere Mega Gardevoir, or is it the other Mega, the Brilliant Arrow Mega Gardevoir. We will see for sure soon enough. Not a great looking start. We do get a lone Grubbin start. We at least have a Level Ball to search out a Remoraid, and we have the Octillery for the next turn. We can maybe Lysandre stall if he benches something else. Nope, not going to bench anything else. And we see a Dragonite start, so that's not a great start. So I like seeing that, at least. We did prize a Vikavolt again this game. Oh wait, no, one's in our hand. Just kidding. Nope, never mind. That's a Charjabug. Prized a Vikavolt once again. Got all of our energies except for a Grass. We'll go and do this. We'll attach a Grass energy to the active, and we will click Done. Ugh. Doesn't look that good, but it is what it is. If we get into a Lightning energy, we can maybe paralyze this thing and hit the Dragonite EX for weakness. Something we could potentially see happen. So, Sycamore. Okay. We get sort of 2 Fairy energies and 2 Fairy drops. Very unfortunate. He's going to Hawlucha us. We will just send up the Grubbin. Yep, we'll just send up the Grubbin. Oh man, he's got a terrible hand too. Just as bad as ours. Okay. So we can go ahead and evolve here. We don't want a Lysandre. I mean, he could knock us out and then we get to bring in our Vikavolt, but we'll just Abyssal Hand. Level Ball. 3 Lysandres. All 3 of our Lysandres. Do we want to get another Charjabug going? We get another Remoraid going? Do we prize 2 Grubbins? Oh my goodness. Prizing 2 Grubbins out here. We're going to go ahead and grab Remoraid. We're going to go ahead and play the Lysandre just to thin out another card, to give ourselves another card to draw next turn. Ugh, looking really bad here, guys. But let's see what happens. We do hit 4 weakness on the Dragonite with our Vikavolt. He's going to play a Skyfield Stadium. And another Sycamore coming out here. Yep, sure enough. He could have switched. So, I mean, I guess the Lysandre didn't matter since he probably would have switched anyways. But yeah, he's just going to go grab a Ho-Oh-EX, Scoundrel Ring, get out 3 EX Pokemon. We will probably see some Gardevoirs and some Shaman EXs coming down. And yep, sure enough. And this is more than likely, at this point, with the Skyfield, with the Dragonite, with the Hoopa, I'm thinking this is looking like a Despair Ray Gardevoir deck. So Trainer's Mail, we could maybe hope that his Rattata is prized, and if that is the case, that could mean that our Fighting Fury Belted Ho-Oh would not get knocked out by a Gardevoir. He's going to grab a Hex Maniac, which can be very annoying for us. Keeping us from healing, keeping us from using our Strong Charge, but he has, of course, already played a Supporter this turn. And on to our turn. So we do get a Lightning Energy. We could attack with Vikavolt this turn. Oh my goodness. Are we going to attack with Vikavolt this turn? We need to get into a Float Stone. And we can knock out the Dragonite EX. Let's go ahead and use the Strong Charge ability, pull these cards out of our deck to give ourselves higher odds of drawing the Float Stone that we need. Let's see what happens here. Abyssal Hand. We did not get it. We can go ahead and get down a Ho-Oh-EX at least. And we can Sycamore next turn. So he has to find a way to retreat this Dragonite. Let's see if he has it, see if he's able to do that or not. He does get out his first Mega Gardevoir. Let's see if he has an escape rope, some way to switch the Dragonite. He's already down 1 switch. He probably is playing 1 switch and like 2 escape ropes. I would imagine that's what a lot of them play. He's actually just going to a Gardevoir Spirit Link and set up. He's just trying to draw into those switching cards. He may play an Olympia or something as well. I would be a little more surprised to see that. Mega Turbo. He's digging for that switch card. Hasn't found it yet. Does get the Mega Turbo though, so that Gardevoir is totally ready to go. Shaman set up for 2. Let's see if he finds it. He's digging for that switch card. 2 cards out of a 16-card deck. Not the greatest odds. He probably does have males and stuff left, but we'll see what he gets here. He's just going to grab an N, and he's going to play the N most likely, which is fine. We finally had a good hand. Finally had some playable cards. Only played 2 Lysandres this game so far. And we do get into some Ho-Ohs, some stuff to work with. He does find the Escape Rope, and we're just going to let him knock out the Remoraid. We don't really care about this guy at this point. And he's going to get rid of all these targets, all these things. We just needed the Dragonite to stick for 1 turn. 1 turn is all we needed. And we may have actually... I think we have we prized a Grass Energy, so it's okay. If we had drawn into a Lightning Energy, this could be a... if we had drawn into one of our Grass Energies, this could be bad. Okay, good. We'll go ahead and get the Float Stone onto the Vikavolt. We will Level Ball. We'll go ahead and grab a Charjabug here so we can set up another Vikavolt potentially. Let's go ahead and use that Strong Charge ability. Get a Lightning and a Grass Energy. So we have Ho-Oh ready to go on the very first turn that it comes out. Or it was already out, but whatever. And then we'll go ahead and Nest Ball. Bring down another Ho-Oh. Bring down this Ho-Oh. And we will Abyssal Hand for 3. Fighting Fury Belt, that's definitely nice to grab. We can end him down to 5. I think that's fine. We'll go ahead and do that. Keep the energy in the deck. go and get another Fighting Fury Belt down. So he needs to find his Dragonites, his Rattatas, in order to get rid of this Fighting Fury Belt, in order to take a knockout this turn. So let's see if he's able to do it. Definitely has good odds of being able to do it, but luckily we do have this Vikavolt ready to go, so we can come up and knock out this Mega Gardevoir, potentially. He is just going to Scoundrel Ring. And he's going to grab a Dragonite, a Gardevoir, and a Shaman EX, and that tells me that Ho-Oh-EX is going down. It is not looking good for him. He's going to grab the Rattata and the Shaman, so bye-bye Fighting Fury Belt. So he only needs to discard... well, he needs to discard 7, but he'll just leave 1 Gardevoir. If he gets a Spirit Link... Nope, never mind. He's going to leave this one. He did have to discard his... oh, actually, he could potentially retreat this one if he gets an Energy Attachment for turn, and then discard this one, denying us prizes, making things a little tough for us here. So let's see. I imagine that's what he'll do. He does need. He does have at least 1 more Shaman in his hand, I'm pretty sure. But here he's discarding a lot of his Ultra Balls and stuff, so he's gonna have fewer outs after an N. I think those are all 4 of his Ultra Balls down. No, just 3. So he does have 1 left, but this will make his outs a lot fewer. He has a Shaman, doesn't he? He needs to find 1 more bench Pokemon because he doesn't want to go down to 0 bench. Although I suppose he could, and then there's a very low chance of us being able to knock him out. He's going to Lysandre, actually. Bring up the Vikavolt. He recognizes the threat. This man knows. He knows the threat here. So he's going to retreat, and we will likely see Despair discarding the Gardevoir that we worked so hard to put some damage on. Going down. Okay. Gonna take a prize. Alright, we'll bring up the Ho-Oh-EX here. Would love to draw a Super Rod. Get a Lightning Energy. So we'll go ahead and attach a Lightning here. Well, we can accelerate the Lightnings. We might as well go ahead and put the Fire down, or the Water down, excuse me. Oh, I should have put it on the Fighting Fury Belts one. That was a misclick, mistake, whatever you want to call it. So we can Super Rod back the Vikavolt. What do we put back? Vikavolt and 1 of each energy. No more cards to burn, no way to draw with Abyssal Hand, so we will just Elemental Feather, putting some damage on to the Gardevoir and onto the Mega in the active in the bench Gardevoir. There we go. So let's see what he's able to do. He's down both his Hoopas, both of his Dragonites, but let's see if he drew into his last Ultra Ball there. He does have a very low deck. Very, very low deck. I didn't realize he's only got 6 cards left. If he draws a bunch of cards with this, we can potentially just deck him out, actually. How many Switch cards does he have left? He's got the 1 Escape Rope. Does he play 2 Escape Rope, maybe? We've seen the Switch, we know, and we've seen the Escape Rope, of course, because he hit it in that crucial turn. I wonder if he'll deck himself here on accident. Is he going to set up? I hope he realizes this, and he should just click no that he doesn't want to set up, he just wants to bench the Pokemon. It's what he should do. So he's going to grab Shaman EX and Hawlucha. If he uses the Hawlucha ability, we will just switch something else. I'm sure he's clicking no. Right? He clicked no, I'm sure. He needs 7 bench Pokemon in order to take the knockout. He's going to click no. Okay, so click no there, clicks no here. We actually might be able to win this game just because he's not going to do a lot of damage, or we can kind of stall him out. Trainer's Mail here. Looking at the last 3 cards, he grabs the Hex, which is going to prevent us from setting something up. But we just N and deck him if we can draw an N. If we top deck an N, we actually just win. He's going to clear his board. only has 50 HP. We're going to promote the thing with the most health. We should have had the energy here, so that's a big mistake. We don't have the N, unfortunately. We're just going to put the fire energy. I don't know that he has enough resources in order to take the knockout, unless he... Like, he has to Karen here, but he's playing Brock, so if they're playing Brock, they're most likely not playing Karen, in my mind. I would think that's how that works. So let's go ahead and Super Rod, and we'll put back... We still didn't draw the N, but put back one of each energy. And another lightning, I suppose. We have the grass in hand. Oh, well, that relies on us being able to get the Vikavolt, I guess, so maybe we shouldn't have done that. Oh, we actually wouldn't have won if we... We would have won if we end and he didn't take a knockout, but since he took a knockout, of course we couldn't really do anything there, so... Does get the Lysandre to bring up this Ho-Oh. Or just a Charjabug? Which is going to prevent us from being able to set up... So there we go, you got his Lysandre. But I don't know that he can knock out this Ho-Oh. He's down all of his VS Seekers. That was his last Lysandre, unless he's playing multiple copies. Which he could be. Some people are moving to multiple copies of Lysandre. We're going to go ahead and just Kukui. We'll do the Lightning Energy. And we will pass. Let's see if he has a Lysandre, third Lysandre, or a Hawlucha. Last card in his deck. Did we just deck him out and get really lucky? He's got an N. Okay. So he will N us down. But all we need is a Grass Energy, and then we can use Smeargle's second coat ability to switch the fire with a water in our discard. And we just won the game. Wow. Okay. So we just do the Grass Energy, second coat, the fire away. We could have healed first, but it doesn't matter since all we need to do is take this knockout. So he... ended up getting himself down to a really low deck size and just didn't have the longevity in order to take all of the knockouts that he needed. So we only take 2 prizes, but it's enough to win the game. So good games there. 2 games today. Lost, unfortunately, to the Mud Flood Swampert, but we were able to get a win there against the Despairy Mega Gardevoir deck. It looked a little bleak for us, but we stuck it out to the end and ended up coming away with a W. So definitely check this out. Like I said, I really don't think that this is necessarily a competitive deck, but if you want to build a Ho-Oh Vikavolt deck, I think this is the way to go. Just budget friendly, do it for fun, interesting idea. Definitely check out the deck list in the description, give it a try, let me know how it goes for you. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like I said earlier, if you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'm going to get out of here. Until next time, there we go. Take care.